Hey guys, this is Jay Calder with Jay Unboxing here, giving you a personal prediction for Jose Pedraza versus Richard Commey. And as always, this is just my take. Your predictions can be left down in the comments section below. This is a pretty interesting kind of pick 'em fight, in my personal opinion. Certainly a crossroads fight between two guys who really need a win. So, would love to hear all your picks, predictions, bets, so on and so forth down in the comments section below. A little bit of fight info here. We have Pedraza versus Commey taking place at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Top Rank must have a deal worked out with them. Don't know why they're putting these two there, but of course, that's where we're going to be taking place, airing live on ESPN in the junior welterweight division. And to me, this is a pretty interesting fight. Must be kind of going under the radar a little bit. It's not being talked about, but it's one that I think could be fun. And with Pedraza and Commey, you actually have very similar career paths right now, with both about the same amount of fights, roughly in their same age, more or less, with both having 4 losses, both falling short at the very top of the sport. And now, with both on the wrong side of 30, which sucks, as I would definitely know, both are coming off of a loss and both are needing a named opponent, someone with some credibility to add to their resume, to continue to kind of press on in any meaningful way. Always means the fight should matter and should be compelling, should being the key word, and both can fight, or have at least shown that they can in the past. But who has more left in them? That's kind of what we're trying to figure out, so let's break this one down and see if we can figure this out. Now, for Pedraza to win, I think you want to keep a busy jab. Kind of take some of the sting out of Commey's shots. That's going to be very important. He's a pretty heavy-handed fighter. Doesn't have a great deal of, explosive power, but his hands are so heavy. If you can jab and at least take a little bit of that sting out of him, I think you're going to be doing pretty well for yourself. Of course, the jab is also going to set up your own work. If you're jabbing consistently and just looking to kind of counter at times or set up some of those shots you're looking to do with your offense, I think you give yourself the best chance on the night. I would also say work the pull left counter, especially when Commey is getting aggressive. Sometimes, if you're Pedraza in this fight, I think you are going to back up at times and get up against the ropes. It's just kind of your nature. What you can do is set that left counter up and really time it well. Commey has seen a bit more chinny in his last couple of fights, and if you can use this weapon to your advantage and kind of hit him when he doesn't expect it, that's all the better. This, of course, as I mentioned, will work against the ropes, and it will allow you to still kind of use that shoulder roll defense, which you seem to prefer on the inside, while still being able to be offensive enough to score and potentially hurt your man. And finally, I would say use movement and angles. Your upper body movement can be really good. He has some very solid skills and reflexes in that department. You're going to want to make sure you're utilizing them in this fight. That being said, make your movement count. Use it to counter better. Use it to set up shots. Don't just use it frivolously and tire yourself out later into the frames. You should have a bit more, being the slightly younger guy, left in the tank, but you don't want to tax that by trying to be overcomplicated with a lot of that movement. Make it simple, make it count, set up that work using the jab as well as that kind of movement we've mentioned, and I think you'll have some success. Now, for Commey to win, I think you want to land the power jab. Both of these guys are better when they jab, and they are going to have to use their own. For Commey, I think it's more of a power shot, stepping into it a little bit more. You're going to want to make him think about throwing his own jab, or that counter left for that matter. This obviously sets up your other work as well, but a power jab, because of how heavy your hands are, can really get a lot of damage done, which, again, if you're Commey, that's what you're looking to do. I would also say land the left hook right hand. These are shots that are just really good for Commey. They're heavy. He throws them with regularity, with some consistency, as I mentioned there, and just throws them with enough kind of skill and nuance that he tends rather to land them pretty consistently, even though his hands aren't always the quickest, of course. This also gives you a chance to kind of vary the power with your shots, get him used to that left hand, which is kind of lining up that right hand. They don't always have to be thrown with sort of that knockout punch in mind, because if you're Commey, your hands are heavy anyway. Lighten up that left hand, and you'll be able to land that right hand with a lot more authority, and vice versa, really. You can really switch it up, catch him off guard, and I think you'll have success in this contest if you do so. And finally, I would say stay busy and apply pressure. You can't let it be a Pedraza fight where he's looking to lay back and just counter 1 and 2 and keep it a simple, clean fight. You need to make it a little dirtier at times. You need to step in, apply some more effective pressure by really bullying him at times and trying to land those power shots. Make Pedraza have to fight back, which could force exchanges. Those, I believe, are going to favor Commey, as he is simply the harder puncher. Again, it's difficult to say because he has looked perhaps maybe suspect in terms of his punch resistance as he's gotten older. But if he can land his shots at least as often, as long as they're both on their feet, I think that favors Commey long term. Now, in terms of my pick here, I think I went back and forth legitimately on this one, but I think I will be going with my initial gut instinct, and that's Pedraza wins a close one. Commey has a puncher's chance, but he's also older, slower, and has looked less than awesome in his last few fights. In fact, in his last 3 fights, he's won once, been knocked silly by Teofimo Lopez, and beaten up by Vasily Lomachenko, who is a lighter guy for the division. That has to add up over time. Meanwhile, Pedraza was beaten by Jose Ramirez, but was fairly competitive and has shown a bit more sturdiness as of late as well. I just feel Pedraza boxes well early, uses good movement, and kind of dig in some of those bigger shots, and likely starts troubling Commey later on with his counter punches. Either man, or both, why not, it'd be fun, may hit the deck, but I think the general sharpness of Pedraza that he seems to have over Commey as of late allows him to make enough of a difference on those earlier rounds to kind of win this decision long term. Pick here is Jose Pedraza via split or majority decision. Now, in terms of betting odds, I haven't quite found any as of yet, but I will post those and pin those as a top comment in the comment section below when I do find them. Taking a wild guess, I'm thinking Pedraza could be a small favorite, maybe something like Pedraza coming in at a minus 210, 220, to Commey at a plus 160 or thereabouts. I mean, it could be, one way or the other, a little bit more or less, but that's kind of where I expect it, but I really won't get too much into the, kind of dynamics of that until we get some better odds. So in any event, I'll keep you posted on those. And my prediction record as of July 20th is 26, 8, and 0 with 9 exact. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section. Would love to hear your thoughts, predictions, bets, so on and so forth. Please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at jcalderon_JOB. And you can email me at jagunboxing@gmail.com. Would love to hear from you there. Also, of course, be sure to check out jagunboxing.com for schedule, results, betting odds, rankings, all of that good stuff. And as always, until next time.